Hey guys, today I have another quick video for you. As you may have realized when looking at Guild Wars 2 content creators, there are different philosophies when it comes to PvE build guides. Some make builds optimized for solo gameplay, some tell you to just run raid gear in open world because it is so brain dead easy. As usual, I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Many people will want a build that is very good for comfortable gameplay in open world and at the same time allows them to do instance content without much hassle or cost attached to it. If you've seen the full guide videos on my channel, for example, you know that that's the goal of the guide videos, which usually include a build that uses raid gear but makes impactful adjustments to make solo and open world gameplay more comfortable. A part I have not explained yet and have not used for my guides since they're aimed at newer players are Jade Protocols. They are part of the reason why I don't think having dedicated gear for open world is required. If you paid close attention to the footage in the background, you may have already spotted some things that may seem weird at this point. How is this guy running around with so many boons? How did he do 34k DPS on a hero point without external support? Yeah, how did they do this? Well, for that let's do a quick dive into how the protocols work. First, they only work in open world maps and get removed when you enter an instance, including the Mistlock Sanctuary sadly. They persist across map changes in open world, including all core maps and maps from other expansions. Making use of them consumes one charge of your Jade Bot, so in order to do this you will need a Jade Bot with tier 1, which you receive in step 5 of the End of Dragon story. Jade Bots are handy for all kinds of things and it does not take too long to get them unlocked, so it's good to actually prioritize it. Combined, the two existing protocols give you 150 toughness, vitality, condition damage and power permanently. These are free stats, so you should always have them running when possible. On top of that, they give you all boons aside from stability, resistance and resolution on entering combat, including several stacks of might for 30 seconds. Yes, you heard that right. This is a massive boost to both damage and survivability in the entire open world that does not cost you anything but 20 seconds of your time every once in a while. In order to make full use of them like I did here, you will need a few masteries from the Jade Bot line in End of Dragons. Especially multi-charge and energy efficiency help but aren't ultimately necessary. If you don't have End of Dragons, that's unlucky, you might want to call the pay to win police. Now you might wonder, but if that's only on entering combat and many of them only last 10 seconds, how does that help me for any boss fight? The hero points and other boss fights, usually especially when solo, take more than 10 seconds to do. There's a few tweaks to this. As you've seen, I had all boons up for way longer than 10 seconds even in boss fights. Like all other boons, they can be extended by having higher concentration or boon duration and can be triggered as often as you like before engaging a fight by entering combat on purpose. Many builds in Guild Wars 2 have ways to extend boons and you can always opt in to use boon duration from food, utility items, etc. In the examples you see in the background, I used builds that naturally have some boon extension or concentration built in. This makes builds like Herald, Soul Beast, Tempest, Scrapper, Scourge, Vindicator and the like very good users of this tactic, but any build works. Second, you can use other ways to put yourself in combat. The easiest way is to use a repeatable tonic that puts you in combat on using it. The Enchanted Snow Diamond Tonic has infinite uses, costs roughly 1 gold and allows you to put as many stacks of the boons on yourself as you want, so that you can start any fight in open world with all essential boons on you if you want it. If you have it, the Fractal Challenge Mode Tonic also works. Most of the essential boons can only be extended to 30 seconds, but many other boons can also be extended for longer, like Regeneration, Swiftness, Might, etc. If you don't want to spend gold, you can also use the Springer or any flying mount to apply fall damage to yourself, which will also put you in combat and hence apply the boons. This is also the one time of your life where jumping off cliffs is a really good idea. I'd recommend the Tonics though, as they are much faster and you can put a keybind on them. That way you can apply all the boons to yourself whenever you want outside of combat. You can also use this to make use of effects that apply on disabling a foe or swapping weapons. As you can see on the Vindicator build, I can give myself Fury and Regeneration just by using the Tonic. There's tons of possibilities here to explore, so have fun. Special thanks here go to Onyx for providing useful information on this in the Guild Wars 2 Discord. What's a good way to obtain the protocols for a longer duration? There's good ones in all EOD maps. The one I usually go to is the Promenade Way Shrine in New Kaineng. There's tons of batteries and multiple protocols around the Way Shrine here. This one is accessible relatively early on, and if you have the Jade Bot, you'll have this Way Shrine. There's other options too, so if you find a good or even better spot, let me know in the comments. Now there's of course encounters where this will only help you in the first minute or so because you stay in combat for longer. However, most open world events involve rapid in and out of combat swaps, which is why you should always have the protocols running. So before you invest in expensive gear for open worlds, get yourself a Jade Bot and make use of protocols. They are insanely good once you know how to utilize them. You cannot use them in story content, but for story contents it's 100% enough to make a few smaller tweaks to your build, like changing food, utility items, utility skills and traits around for a more comfortable experience. If that's not enough, adjust a few larger gear pieces. In PvE, you never need full survivability on your gear. If you like doing world versus world and have a set of Celestial lying around anyway, or have legendary gear, it's a different story. Now, that's it for this video. Feel free to like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Hope this video was insightful for you and made you want to try Jade Protocols. See you next time and happy open world blasting.